For every loved DC character, there is one who is hated by everyone. And for today's video, we're starting with one of the most controversial names in the entire DC universe, Superboy Prime. Well, back in the early 2000s, DC fans were curious about DC's new superstar, Superboy Prime. He wasn't just another Kryptonian clone. He was a kid from a world where superheroes were comic book fiction like ours. At first, he seemed to be the people's favorite, a sweet, innocent boy, a clean slate, a what if Superman grew up normal type of character. And some readers were curious to see where DC would take him. But what DC gave them wasn't a hopeful hero, but a total meltdown in slow motion. During Infinite Crisis, Superboy Prime took a twist and wasn't the same hopeful boy anymore, but a terror. I mean, he literally grabbed heroes by the throat and tore through them like paper. He punched reality so hard, he rewrote comic continuity. He even killed an entire team while screaming about how no one understood him. He therefore became not a symbol of hope, but a symbol of terror, rage, arrogance, a child on rampage gradually becoming the very thing he once fought against. A villain, a destroyer, a nightmare in Superman's costume. Readers hated him. Heroes in-universe hated him. Even villains thought he was unstable, making him into a character almost everyone wanted gone. A villain who thought he deserved the world simply because he believed he was special. Superboy Prime didn't just fall from grace, but also out of DC's hero spotlight. Today, Superboy Prime stands as one of comics' most tragic figures. But while fans agreed he was one of the most despised characters in modern DC history, others were remembered for the right reason: the name Nightwing. Nightwing, who was supposed to be the next Batman, but eventually outgrew it and forged his own identity, and all he needed was a heart. From the moment Dick Grayson stepped out of Robin's shadow, fans knew this was someone special. He took every hardship, the death of his parents, the pressure of living with Batman, the struggle of growing up, and turned it into empathy. He became the most grounded, emotionally intelligent hero in the entire DC universe. Not just because he tried to be perfect, but because he learned from every mistake made. He learned and took advice from others like the likes of Superman, Wonder Woman, and Alfred. Nightwing represents what Batman could have been if trauma didn't harden him, but taught him compassion. He's the big brother of the DCU, the guy every hero wants on their team, the leader who doesn't command respect but earns it. Dick Grayson didn't need 10 retcons or cosmic events. He just showed up, did the work, and became loved. Fans loved him for his humor, legacy, leadership, compassion. But while Nightwing climbed into fan-favorite territory, another character was sinking into the opposite direction fast: Damian Wayne. When Damian first appeared, fans were split right down the middle. On one hand, Batman's son, born from destiny, trained by assassins, heir to the mantle. On paper, it sounded epic, but in practice, Damian was arrogant, violent, rude, and talked down to everyone around him. He decapitated criminals, didn't want to respect what the League stands for: justice. Bro was in between two legacies, being the darkness of the League or being the justice of Batman. He tried to take over as Robin before even earning the title, not because he merited it, but because he's the son of Batman. Sure, he was a child raised by the League of Assassins. He could even take a kill before most kids could read, but that didn't make it any easier for fans. For years, Damian was the kid readers loved to hate, the spoiled Prince of Gotham, the walking ego, the Robin no one asked for. But the real irony? His redemption worked. The more writers let Damian grow, the more fans softened. But his reputation as the most annoying Robin ever stuck like glue. Even today, mention his name, and you'll get a 50-50 split between fans who adore his arc and fans who still want him sent back to the League. And while Damian divided the fandom, one character united it in the best way possible: The Flash, Wally West. When Barry Allen died in Crisis on Infinite Earths, DC took a risk. They handed the mantle to Wally, the sidekick of The Flash. And somehow, in the years that followed, he became one of the most beloved heroes DC ever created. Fans loved him. I love him too. I mean, he's fun, genuine, and embodied the role of Flash perfectly. Wally wasn't the fastest, the smartest, or the most confident. He was just human. He earned every victory. He built relationships, he made mistakes, and he carried the legacy of the Flash with heart, humor, and humility. To many fans, Wally isn't just a Flash, he is the Flash. Unlike most legacy heroes who inherit a title, Wally was the complete opposite. But for every uplifting fan favorite, there's a character who crashed into the opposite lane with zero brakes, and that's the Joker, Jared Leto's version. For decades, Joker has been the most iconic villain in DC history, but not every version lands the same way. While Joker remains an icon, on, a single version tears down a legacy built by another. Introduced in Suicide Squad in 2016, although he was meant to portray the Joker, fans got something different, a try-hard Joker with tattoos and one-liners. They wanted menace. They wanted unpredictability. They wanted the clown prince of crime, not the clown prince of gang. His tone felt more edgy than psychotic genius, making most of his scenes cut off from Suicide Squad, giving him little screen time while turning him into a lover bird. But while the controversial Joker left fans groaning, one character did the impossible: Harley Quinn. For a character who wasn't meant to be in the comic and animated versions or even a big shot in the movie, she turned into fans' favorite in seconds. Harley became a character that somehow balances chaos with vulnerability. Although she's messy, broken, she's also funny and trying her best to evolve. Unlike many modern redesigns, her story is so heartfelt, her relationship with the Joker complicated, which led to the character she is today. She found her identity, built friendships, got the fans' attention. She even smashed the like and subscribe button using her bat. Fans didn't just enjoy Harley, they rooted for her, from Joker's sidekick to an icon. But while Harley soared to the top of DC's love list, another female character goes into the opposite position: Iris West, CW version. Not the comic Iris, but the Arrowverse's. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the actress. A lot of fans gradually got irritated with Iris because either she was too pushy or making big decisions for the team when she's just supposed to be Barry's wife.
Or me anymore. It was about us. You are not the Flash, Barry. We are.
Fans talk about how she got a lot of screen time more than most of the main characters. And while most characters get better with each season, it didn't go that way for Iris. She only got worse. When you look at Season 3 and the whole Iris dying stuff, but she didn't do to plot armor, making the show centered about her, which made it even worse, causing fans to dislike her more. That made most people say it would have made the movie more interesting if she died like Flash saw in the future. Fans also hated her because she made everything emotional about herself, going on with the "why did you leave me?" and always causing a scene knowing Barry will always come rescue her. And the haters kept growing when she had Barry's power. That was a big throw-off. I can just say she's one of the most hated female characters in the DCU. But enough negativity, because the last character on our list is someone the fandom holds with a level of love unmatched: Superman. For decades, Superman has been the moral North Star of DC. Not because he's perfect, but because he chooses kindness every single day. Fans don't love him for his powers, they love him for his heart, his hope, his belief in humanity even when humanity fails him. He reminds us of what it means to be human even though he's an alien. He stands for something bigger than himself. He inspires without trying, still faces challenges even while being Superman, making him even more lovable. He's a character who defines, you can be strong without being cruel. You can be powerful without losing your humanity. He values teamwork even though he's Superman, and even many years after his debut, many still see him as DC's best protagonist. His story made DC what it is today. Well, the list goes on, but I will leave to you go to decide, so drop your thoughts in the comments section and see you in my next video.